There's something about this Holy Spirit. There's something about honoring this person that is with us and celebrating every person that we run into, people that we work with in business, people that we encounter in cities that are oftentimes so ungodly and so set against the things that we all love and value. And yet God puts us in a position to actually celebrate the fact that they were made in the image of God. And at that point, to give honor to that person. And we just see these resistances that have been built in the hearts of people that have been there, some of them for decades. They could give you 1,000 reasons why they hate Christianity, why they hate God, why they hate all these things. And all that junk is just melting because one person got in there and just learned to celebrate the fact that they were made in God's image. And points of resistance that have been built in our city and our region, some for decades, just seem to be melting in this atmosphere of real value and celebration for people. And I'm telling you, it's not merely a principle. It's not just look at somebody and think happy thoughts and say kind things. It's bigger than that, because they will test that. They will see if you're just using another tool to have your way so that you can be a person of influence. They'll find out. They'll test it. And they're finding out that there's actually a company of people that are being raised up all over the earth that actually love people, that actually love them, and will actually give honor and celebrate that very gift and that grace that God has put on people. And I'm telling you, it creates an atmosphere that changes the values of a city. We've had experiences that are so unique. We had, when Jesus performed the miracle, turning the water to wine, it says, and these signs Jesus did, manifesting his glory. So what is it? There was a miracle that released presence. There was a miracle that actually revealed, pointed to, released, if you will, into the atmosphere, the manifested presence of God. Glory. I believe every act of obedience releases a measure of glory into the atmosphere. We keep waiting, for the glory of the Lord to cover the earth. How does that happen? I think it happens through obedient Christians, one act at a time, one miracle at a time. Just radically sowing into, bringing encouragement to somebody in Starbucks. It's being in that restaurant where you buy somebody else's meal. There's just that moment of connection where we have people just, their heads are turning because they can't figure out why is it these people are so generous and are constantly thinking about everybody else in the room, and they don't know what to do with it. And it's like every time you and I just step outside of what's convenient. Sacrifice is a step beyond convenience. And every time we step into that realm of sacrifice and we do that one simple thing, we stay 2 minutes later in the restaurant just to look eye to eye in the eye of that waitress, and we express our thanks and our appreciation for their faithfulness and service. And we honor them with a tip that is beyond reason, but we communicate our value for them as a person. That little 2-minute thing released glory into the atmosphere.